Hey everybody, welcome to the review of Grand Theft Auto 5. Before I get on with the review of Grand Theft Auto 5, I'd like to apologize for some of the delay I've been having. First of all, I went on vacation, there's been a lot of things going on, so haven't really been putting on any videos, so hope you guys enjoy this review of Grand Theft Auto 5. I couldn't initially do the review of Grand Theft Auto 5 immediately because I had to review the online part of it, because the online didn't come out immediately, and even when the online did come out, there were all kinds of problems. It wasn't working properly, very slow, kind of hard to get in. They didn't make enough servers to anticipate on how many people were actually going to buy the game. So anyway, here to talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 and whether or not this game is absolutely awesome in every way, shape, and form. First of all, let me start off with the fact that this is one of the most different Grand Theft Autos I've ever played of all the other Grand Theft Autos in the series. This is officially the first Grand Theft Auto where you get to actually play 3 different characters. It's the first Grand Theft Auto of its kind to actually introduce such a feature as this. You won't initially be able to switch between the 3 of them right away, but as you play the storyline, you will be able to play. You will kind of go through all 3 of them. They kind of have their own little missions and stuff that kind of apply to them. And I like all the characters in their own way, but ultimately I have to say that when it comes down to the characters, I really enjoyed Trevor. Was one of my favorite characters in Grand Theft Auto, and so was Michael. I had nothing really hugely against Franklin, and it's not that I'm against black people or anything like that, but for me, I didn't really care for Franklin. I didn't think he was that great of a character for Grand Theft Auto 5. When I think of a character who was black who I thought was amazing was CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I really liked CJ. He was really a well-developed character, but Franklin here just doesn't feel... I don't feel it. I don't feel really... I don't feel like Franklin was really that great of a character. He's okay. I mean, he's a okay character for the Grand Theft Auto, but I really like... Trevor is probably my favoriteest one, by far. And Michael would be coming in second, and then Franklin third. That's how I feel about the main characters that you can play, but it's kind of cool that you can kind of play all 3 of them, and they all kind of have their own little missions and things, but then they have missions where they really all come together in the heists and different things like that. And seriously, no pun intended, but there's 69 missions. I guess they wanted to fall on that number to be hilarious. But realistically... even though it seems like, only 69 missions, that doesn't seem like very much, but there's a lot. There's a lot of things that these characters do on the side, and they have their own special abilities. Whereas, Franklin can kind of go in slow motion when he's in vehicles and just kind of maneuver anything. Really nimble. Michael has a slow motion while he's shooting his gun. And Trevor, he has some kind of an ability where, he just kind of can take a lot of damage before he goes down, basically. So he's kind of... almost invincible, but he can still take damage. It's just a lot less. They all have their own special powers. And the interesting thing about playing Grand Theft Auto 5 is that when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5, I didn't feel like I was playing Grand Theft Auto. I felt as though, take the hunting, for example. Grand Theft Auto 5 introduced a hunting mechanic, which is rather new to the Grand Theft Auto universe, and it kind of reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. But then there's like another mechanic where you can, while you're in the air with a vehicle, you can kind of control the vehicle. And that kind of takes me to Midnight Club. And you see these elements, and especially like the special powers and the fact that you can switch between 3 different characters. And you see all that's there and you think to yourself, man, this just doesn't feel like Grand Theft Auto. And yet it is. It's Grand Theft Auto 5. Honestly, this game reminds me so much of San Andreas. Speaking of San Andreas, that's what this is. This is San Andreas. Except without the San Fierro and the Las Venturas. It's just LA and a bunch of country and some desert. And, that's basically what sums it up. They have some massive mountains. Mount Chiliad, from San Andreas is here, and yet, it's a huge mountain to go up. They also have a couple of other mountains, and this is the thing about Grand Theft Auto 5. Like I said, it doesn't feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 when you think of some of the interesting things that were done to it. For example, they implemented an element where when you're driving, you'll see like a blue, red dot on your map, and you're going to want to go check it out. And basically what it is there's these, miscellaneous things that pop up where somebody's like, hey, somebody stole my car. Hey, that person robbed me. There's these miscellaneous things you see. And it kind of takes you back to like Spider-Man 2, where you would, when you were playing Spider-Man 2 and you were going around the city and, somebody would say, hey, get the balloon, or hey, that person stole my money, that kind of thing. And they introduced that in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a new feature, and it's, really spectacular the way this whole game was made. There's scuba diving. There's quite a bit of collecting in this game. There's a lot to do. This is something that the Grand Theft Autos have always had the standard of, is always they managed to give you a lot of stuff to do, along with a really long storyline. Like I said, there's only like 69 missions, but the game still takes a long time to beat it because there is just so much layer. There's so much there, and it just takes a while to beat this game, even though it's only like so many missions. And like I said, there's a ton of side missions. And of course, some of these missions are really just, layered to a particular character. And really, there were definitely some funny moments, really well done writing, really great storyline. I really enjoyed it. A few different endings to the game. There are quite a bit different ways you can go about the heists. There's a few different heists you'll do in the game. I believe there's about 5 heists in the actual game. I'm not exactly certain. But needless to say, when you do these heists, they have an ability, where you decide, do you want to kind of go at it in a stealthy fashion or just kind of go guns blazing, kind of get that option. The game just feels so layered because of it, because of all the different things that can be done in this game. And one of the interesting things about Grand Theft Auto, this is the very first Grand Theft Auto where the whole world is open from the start, so you can immediately go and look around as you wish. But if you want to unlock certain side activities like hunting, or maybe being able to buy properties, being able to do certain things, you're going to want to play the storyline. But who wouldn't want to play the storyline? It's one of the most key things of the Grand Theft Auto series. And once again, it's nailed really, really well. And all the characters come together really well. The side characters, everything is fantastic. And, this honestly is like San Andreas just revamped. Even the way the vehicle physics are. Because, if you're thinking that this is like GTA 4 where the physics are realistic, think otherwise. Because GTA 5 did not go with realistic physics, and that's actually the way I prefer the game. I prefer the game with not realistic physics because, that's kind of the tradition of the Grand Theft Autos. If you played the earlier Grand Theft Autos, they weren't realistic on the physics, and I really like that they brought that back for GTA 5, and so it in no way is a letdown to me. If anything, that's the way I believe Grand Theft Auto 5, or actually any Grand Theft Auto, is to be made. And I really believe that GTA 5 in so many ways surpasses GTA 4. GTA 4, in my opinion, GTA 5, in my opinion, is everything that GTA 4 should have been. And GTA 5 is exactly that, and of course, a very powerful soundtrack. Like, as always, with Rockstar Games, they always make a great soundtrack to go with it. The country music really complements really well in GTA 5. I really like the country music, the rock music, the pop music, the rap music. There's other songs in there that are just really, really awesome to listen to. And, and the credits, oh my god, the credits, when you beat the game, it's like 30 minutes to go through the credits. My recommendation is, look at the credits for a while, but then just leave. They have some good songs that play actually in the credits. And, one of my favorite songs right now that's really been sticking in my head with Grand Theft Auto 5 is the song Nine is God by Waves. I just love that song. It's been stuck in my head. I love that song. It's really, really great in Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's really great when it's playing through the credits, believe me, because when you beat the game and you just look through the credits, it'll be like the second song playing. It's just a great song, and it really matches the credits, and it just matches the whole game in general. It's one of my favorite songs in the whole game. Now, another thing I want to mention is about the stock market. The stock market is very interesting. It's basically the thing that replaced the gambling portion from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, we play blackjack, or, roulette, that kind of thing, trying to make money type deal. And they've replaced that basically with this stock market feature, which is pretty hard to use. It's kind of tricky to use it, but if you can make a lot of money using the stock market, it really pays off. And it really feels good when you really make a huge dime on it. This also translates into the GTA Online as well, and can make from some very interesting results, to say the least. The GTA Online, I played it, and I can't help but say that the GTA Online is almost a whole other experience. You still get the city and the country and all that stuff, and kind of the free roam aspect of just kind of messing around. But then you get, some little, missions that you can go on, random missions type deal, deathmatch, team deathmatch, do some races. I really like the way the multiplayer is. I find it to be fun. When I was able to actually, when they fixed some of the errors and stuff, it was really great. When I was actually able to connect and actually start playing it, I really do enjoy it. It's kind of different the way it's set up. You can buy, quite a bit of properties all over the place and store a bunch of vehicles in your garage. Very interesting if you can actually, make a lot of money in the game by playing multiplayer, and then turn around and start buying some properties and doing some different things. Has a really interesting, system where you can get a vehicle and you get it insured, and then that's your vehicle forever. So even if, the thing gets lost, it's still your vehicle, and just really interesting the way GTA Online was developed, and I really think it's a really nice addition. GTA Online is a little bit weird because, you'll be making a character, and it's a little bit weird the way the creation is of the character, because, you have to make what what the grandparents would look like, and then what the parents would look like, and do you take more from your mom or your dad? And I don't know if you're going to try to make you in the game, or you're just going to make some other dude in there, but the thing about it is, it's really weird the way the creation was, and I wish that it was more along the lines of The Sims or something. And I wouldn't expect it to be, having nearly as many, heads or as many different haircuts if it was using the same kind of thing like The Sims, but I would, I just think it's weird trying to design what the grandparents would look like, and then what the parents would look like, and then what your characters would look like. It just seems a little bit weird, and I wish there was a little bit more done with the creation tool, but needless to say, you can still do some interesting things to try to make your character, and you can kind of make you, or make, some random dude in there to run around and do different things. Overall, I'm really impressed with all the different side things that there are doing the game. Some side things are restricted to certain characters, like Michael can do yoga, but Trevor can do hunting, and nobody else can do hunting, and nobody else can do yoga except Michael, and Franklin, he's like the only one who can buy the cab company, nobody else can buy the cab company, There are certain things that apply to certain characters, but needless to say, I have to say that when it comes down to it, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a 10 out of 10 game. And when you consider that it's bigger than any other Grand Theft Auto game, it's a highly recommended game I really recommend this game all the way, and it's just very satisfying the way everything is, and the way everything, kind of goes the way that it does, and I have to say it's 10 out of 10. I can't go any other way on this. This is easily the best Grand Theft Auto made so far. This is easily the equivalent of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and totally tops GTA 4 by a long shot, especially with soundtrack and scenery, and seeing the elk and the different things all across, when you're driving, and this is just, customization of the vehicle, so many different clothes to buy, tattoos to put on, different characters to switch between. There's a lot to do in the game, a lot of collection. I mean, this is just a massive game. So I give this game a 10 out of 10 all the way, and I recommend it to anybody who is wondering whether or not it's really a great Grand Theft Auto. It's awesome, and I highly, highly recommend it.